All right, lesson 146 of Course in Miracles, keeping the energy going here. This is a review section. This is review number 4. So this is part of that review. We're in the midst of it, we're right in the middle of it. And each review on this section, review 4, starts with my mind holds only what I think with God. Okay, that's the central idea. My mind holds only what I think with God. I am a co-creator with God. Ultimately, I share the same mind as God. Ultimately, there is only one thought, right? And that is of whatever it is. Who knows what that thought is? But it's the thought of everything, right? That the thought that is all inclusive of everything. Nothing is outside of it. It is the only thing that truly exists. If I hold any thoughts other than what is real, then I'm not aligning my mind with that, right? I'm failing to do that. So I'm reminding myself, when I say this, my mind holds only what I think with God, that any thought that is not worthy of God is not worthy of me. And any thought that in any way is belittling, of lack, of limitation in any way, is not what I want to give my attention to, right? So any thought that comes in that is coming from a place of fear or guilt or anything, lack, limitation, littleness in any way, is thoughts that I just want to lovingly let go of, right? I say that's not worthy of the Son of God. So, lesson 131: no one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. I think the subtext there is that you have to really want it. You have to be sincere. You can't. This is not just lip service, right? You have to really want it, and to really want it means to actually do the practice, right? To get there, and Jesus is laying out the practice for us in the workbook, right? He has the text. The text came first. Text is the theoretical underpinnings of the course, the metaphysical underpinnings, or the metaphysical foundation, and then the workbook is the application of the theory. And you can't understand the theory without doing the practice. To do the practice means you want to find the truth, right? You want the truth, and you sincerely want the truth. You don't put anything else above the truth, right? That is really the only thing. Everything else is secondary to that, and everything else will flow from that pure desire, that pure seeking, that sincere seeking. Everything else will flow. Next one is lesson 132. I loose the world from all I thought it was. This goes back to the idea of the world. The world comes in a lot here in this whole section. Keeps talking about the world, the world, the world. Well, actually, maybe not that much. Beyond this world, there's a world I want. It is impossible to see two worlds. I loose the world from all I thought it was. So that's kind of following on the previous lessons, right? Beyond this world, there's a world I want. It is impossible to see two worlds. I loose the world from all I thought it was. So I thought the world was a place where I could find happiness. I thought the world was a place where that would be fulfilling. I thought the world was a place where I would find satisfaction. And this is where it all started, with what would it be like to be separate, right? To all be separate individuals with a separate existence, in time and space, in a world where the big guy is really not in the picture, right? Where we can hide from the fact that we're really all one, and seem to be all separate, and play this game of separation. But it started with this tiny mad idea, right? Which is, what would it be like to be separate? But the reality is, you can't be separate, right? That's an impossibility, according to what Jesus is saying here, is that it's impossible to be completely separate. So you're playing this game, and you're trying to find satisfaction in the separation, but you're not going to find it, right? Because you will only find satisfaction. You will only find true happiness, joy, the peace, the love that you truly seek, the unity that you truly seek in that, right? In your true reality. You can't be living an illusion or living a lie and think that you're going to find happiness. So I loose the world, which is based in the lie, is based in the tiny mad idea. I loose the world from what I thought it was going to give me, and I realize, no, it can't give me that. It can't give me anything eternal. It can't give me anything that is forever. It can only give me temporary pleasure, temporary fulfillment, temporary joy, but it's not true, lasting fulfillment or joy or satisfaction. And that goes along with my mind holds only what I think with God, right? Because as I let go of the world, what I thought the world was, I align my mind with the divine, right? I align my mind with God's mind, because God's mind is in the eternal, right? Is in the eternal truth, and has not gone away from that, right? Never, not one jot or tittle of God has ever changed, right? And so that's where we need to, that's how we need to bring our minds back, right? My mind holds only what I think with God. And God, if God is only in the eternal, then I must be there as well, and I must bring my mind back there as well. So anyway, that's a little spiel about today's lesson 146, and we've got a few more lessons to go before we get back into the long lessons once again. See you there. I'm going to do another video, at least one video today. I'm going to do, I've been doing this translation of the Bhagavad Gita, and I'm going to do a comparison of different translations of just one verse of the Bhagavad Gita. And it's interesting, to see how different people, different translators translate this one verse. You could take any verse, really, but I took one of the most important verses of the Gita, and I have about 12 different translations. So if you're interested, you can tune into that and see, see what that's all about. And the Gita is very similar in many ways to the Course. It's in the highest sense of what the Gita is, and that would need to be shown why that is, why they're so similar. And I think you can see echoes of the Bhagavad Gita. You can see hints and echoes of it in the Gita, in the Course. The Course came much later, right? 2,500 years later. But you can see possibly some references to the Bhagavad Gita in A Course in Miracles. So just the idea of being above the battleground, is similar, right? That idea that you find in the Course, being above the battleground. It could be a reference to the Bhagavad Gita. But anyway, see you soon. Thanks. Stay the course. Keep the faith.